Hello and welcome to another update video about LINK. LINK is still printing higher highs and higher lows, even though it starts to get a little bit messy. We have a lot of overlapping price action there on the LINK chart. But yeah, LINK continues to push a little higher, step by step. Broke yesterday briefly above the micro resistance at $16.10. But as I highlighted to you, this is a resistance level, so should be considered. And you can see that it could not close a candle, not close at least a 4-hour candle, and possibly not even a 1-hour candle, no, above the $16, where are we? Here, yeah, $16.10 level. We only had a couple of wicks pointing above it, so that indicates the resistance is still relevant going forward. So $16.10 needs to break to enable the price to move up higher short term in this possibly still unfolding fifth wave of a larger wave one leading diagonal. What we can use in addition is we have some trend lines that we can add here. Starts to look a little bit like a wedge pattern, like an ascending wedge, which isn't great because these often break to the downside. But as I said, we are most likely here in a corrective structure. And first of all, we could still be in the fourth wave. Yeah, the pattern that developed since the 8th of January low, it doesn't really give us much confidence that the fifth wave is already unfolding, even though it is a reasonable interpretation. But it's just not, we cannot have a strong leaning towards it because of the overlapping price action and the fact that the fifth wave is most likely going to be an ABC structure. So completely messy. Micro counting doesn't make much sense, but we can still use the relevant support levels to know when the structure is likely breaking. And for me, the absolute key level still that needs to hold to continue to focus on higher is here the last low at $13.66. Remember, we had this larger support area relevant for basically finding a turning point for a turnaround in wave 4. The price respected it twice actually. First time here in November, but I didn't assume that the wave 4 was finished back then. It was just too short in duration. Here though, the wave 4 now has a healthy length, you could say. And then obviously it made a nice low, completed a nice 3-wave move into the support area. And we're now just exploring if the fifth wave is already unfolding. But as I said, because it's likely an ABC structure, because the entire move since the June lows is a diagonal, most likely, this is going to be difficult to nail. It's extremely difficult to nail the microstructure perfectly. It could also be, if I'm wrong about the idea that since the June low, it is a diagonal, it could be an impulse, right? Then this here would be an ending diagonal, which is in a similar way messy. So it would then be wave 1, wave 2, also here 3, 4, 5. It wouldn't look much different to my count. It would be yellow here. And in this scenario, which target would we want to look at for yellow wave 3 that could be helpful? I'd like to see for wave 3, well, the area around $18.13 to $18.70. But that's where I would like to see the C wave in the white count go to anyway. That's the green resistance area at 1830, the previous swing high that was formed in April 22. So I think we can keep focusing on that sort of target level or range. But the condition is that the $13.65, $13.60 level, the swing low from the 13th of January, that needs to hold. And against that level, the focus can be on higher. Just be aware if that trend line here breaks, it would already be an indication of a weakness. We might then just see it reset a little lower. Maybe even the B wave will reset a little lower. That's even possible. So we have to be flexible. I think the first warning that something might change here is a break of the trend line. The next warning and the invalidation of the immediate structure here is a break below 1366. However, the real invalidation point for the idea that the wave 5 has already started is obviously the low of the current wave 4. It's at 1252, and a break below that level will send the wave 4 lower, will lead to a reset of the wave 4. Again, also that wouldn't be a disaster. it would simply mean that this wave 4 never finished, which is absolutely possible. There's absolutely nothing stopping the price from forming a more complex W, X, Y structure, yeah, like for example ADA is doing it at the moment. So that's absolutely still possible. But I have to say, LINK, even though it shows short-term weakness, it is overall in this period in which Bitcoin has been selling off and so on, it's been showing some strength. So at the moment, I'm still leaning towards the wave 4 low is in, but please note that we have to still remain flexible. That's my update about LINK. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.